The secret life of the aardwolf, Africa's nighttime insectivore. As the sun dips below the horizon and the African sky turns a deep velvet blue, the savanna slowly begins to breathe with a different rhythm. The day belongs to the lions, elephants, and zebras. But when darkness falls, a quieter world awakens, one filled with sounds, scents, and creatures that thrive when the stars shine. Among them is one of Africa's most elusive and misunderstood animals, the aardwolf. Not quite a wolf, not quite a hyena. The aardwolf is a creature of contrast and surprise. Shy, solitary, and strictly nocturnal, it roams the night in search of a very specific feast: termites. With its slender build, thick striped coat, and fox-like face, the aardwolf is often mistaken for something it's not. Yet once you step into its world, you'll find a specialist unlike any other, living a secret life beneath the cover of darkness. Aardwolves belong to the hyena family, but that's where most of the similarities end. While hyenas are known for their powerful jaws, bone-crushing teeth, and aggressive scavenging behavior, the aardwolf is a gentle insectivore. Its teeth are small, nearly useless for chewing, and its jaw muscles are weak. But its long, sticky tongue, sometimes up to 25 centimeters, makes it a master at slurping up termites by the thousands. On a good night, an aardwolf can consume up to 250,000 termites, feeding with extraordinary efficiency. Unlike other animals that dig up mounds or destroy termite nests, the aardwolf feeds gently, licking the termites right off the surface without damaging their home. This allows the colony to recover, ensuring that food is available in the future. It's a strategy of sustainable feeding, practiced by instinct rather than design. The aardwolf prefers the harvester termite, a species that forages above ground at night. These termites leave their mounds in organized columns, collecting dry grass and returning home. The aardwolf patiently follows these trails, using its keen sense of smell to locate fresh termite paths. Its large ears help it detect faint movements or rustling of insects in the dry grass. It doesn't run or chase, there's no need. Instead, it walks slowly, with its nose to the ground, calmly licking up termites one after another like a living vacuum. This highly specialized diet defines almost everything about the aardwolf, from its nightly range to its reproductive behavior. Because termites are not always evenly distributed, the aardwolf must roam over several square kilometers each night to find enough food. Its territory can stretch from 1 to 4 square kilometers, depending on the quality of the land and termite availability. It marks this area with scent glands located near its tail, leaving strong-smelling messages for other aardwolves to stay away. Unlike many nocturnal mammals, the aardwolf is relatively non-confrontational. When it meets a rival or intruder, it rarely fights. Instead, it may raise its bushy mane to appear larger and more threatening, a bluff that usually works. Its mane, which runs along its spine, is one of its most distinctive features, giving it a spiky, dramatic silhouette when fully erect. By day, the aardwolf disappears into underground burrows, often abandoned homes dug by other animals like aardvarks or porcupines. These dens provide safety from predators and relief from the heat. Inside, the aardwolf rests curled up alone or, during mating season, sometimes with a mate or cub. It remains hidden until the sun sets again, and the cool night air calls it back to the surface. Though generally solitary, aardwolves form monogamous pairs during the breeding season. Males and females will share a territory and a burrow, though they may still forage separately. After mating, the female gives birth to a litter of 2 to 5 cubs. These cubs are born helpless, blind, and covered in soft fur. They remain underground for several weeks, nursing and growing stronger. Both parents may guard the den, and the male plays a surprising role in protecting and grooming the young, a rare trait in carnivorous mammals. After about 6 to 8 weeks, the cubs begin to accompany the mother on foraging trips, learning how to follow termite trails and avoid predators. By 6 months, they are mostly independent, though some may stay close to the den for a bit longer before fully venturing off to establish their own territories. Despite being peaceful and non-threatening, aardwolves face several natural predators, including jackals, leopards, and large birds of prey. Their best defense is avoidance. They rarely leave signs of their presence, and their movement is quiet and deliberate. If threatened, they may emit a foul-smelling liquid from their anal glands, an effective deterrent against curious predators. Yet the greatest threats to the aardwolf don't come from lions or leopards, they come from humans. Habitat loss from farming, fencing, and livestock expansion has reduced aardwolf territory across parts of southern and eastern Africa. Pesticides and insecticides also pose a serious risk. When termite populations are destroyed or poisoned by chemicals, aardwolves are left without food and often starve. In some regions, aardwolves are misidentified as pests or predators and are persecuted unjustly. Farmers unfamiliar with the animal may think it poses a threat to livestock or crops. But in truth, aardwolves are helpful allies. By consuming termites, they actually reduce damage to pastures, fences, and structures. Educating local communities about the role of aardwolves has become an important step in protecting this often overlooked species. Thankfully, in many national parks and protected areas, the aardwolf is beginning to get the attention it deserves. With the rise of camera traps and night safaris, more people are getting glimpses of these elusive animals, often for the first time. Wildlife photographers and filmmakers are starting to capture their unique behaviors: silent foraging, grooming cubs at the den, or raising their manes in a show of courage. Interestingly, despite their rarity in media, aardwolves have appeared in some African folklore as symbols of balance and quiet strength. In contrast to the loud, brash hyenas, the aardwolf represents wisdom, patience, and the power of silence. Some tales even portray it as a protector of crops, a reflection of its termite-eating role. Physiologically, the aardwolf is full of surprises. Its digestive system is adapted to break down large quantities of chitin, the tough outer shell of termites. Unlike other hyenas, its skull is narrower and lighter, and its molars are reduced to tiny pegs, just enough to mash insects into digestible form. Its long tongue is coated in sticky saliva, perfectly designed for its narrow, focused diet. In colder or rainy seasons when termites are less active, aardwolves may reduce their activity or adapt their foraging patterns. Their ability to hibernate or lower metabolism isn't well documented, but observations suggest they are quite flexible in conserving energy when food is scarce. In captivity, aardwolves are extremely difficult to care for. Their specialized diet and nocturnal nature make them poor candidates for zoos or sanctuaries. As a result, most of what we know about them comes from field research, where biologists track their movements, monitor dens, and observe cub-rearing behavior in the wild. Even today, many aspects of the aardwolf's life remain a mystery. How do they select mates? Do they communicate with sounds humans can't hear? How do they navigate such large territories with such precision? These questions fuel a growing interest among researchers and wildlife enthusiasts. But one thing is clear: the aardwolf plays an essential role in its ecosystem. It keeps termite populations in check without destroying their nests, preserving a balance that helps plant life and prevents damage to natural and man-made structures. It enriches soil quality, supports biodiversity, and offers a gentle reminder that not all survival is based on force. Sometimes, it's about knowing when to be still, when to move quietly, and how to make the most out of the smallest prey. As the stars fade and the first light of dawn touches the grasslands, the aardwolf returns to its burrow. Its belly full, its trail erased, it slips into the earth like a ghost. Another night, another mission completed. No roar, no fanfare, just the quiet triumph of one of Africa's most remarkable and rare insectivores. So the next time you hear about hyenas, take a moment to remember their gentler cousin. The one that feeds without destruction. The one that digs without greed. The one whose secret life plays out beneath the moon, where few dare to follow. The aardwolf, a silent guardian of the savannah, a true master of the night. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.